Welcome. What's good? Wednesday, September 27th, 2023, week 39. Week 39. What's good? Nice to see you. I haven't been to work this week. It's been kind of cool. I have been being really productive, using every day to can I say that? I think I can. I've been visiting schools. I've been visiting a few different schools just to try and see where I think I fit in. I'm fortunate enough to have met somebody who was able to get me the opportunity to go into these schools and visit as a visitor, and I guess kind of a TA to an extent. Because then at least I can work out a kind of career route that suits me a bit better than an office job, I think. Let's have it right. I mean, I've been in education. I've been working in education since 2009, 2010, I suppose. Probably earlier, actually. Probably more like 2005, because in schools occasionally, but we were doing workshops with the youth, when we were in early mid-20s, I think. We were delivering workshops on what our chosen art forms at a young age. So I guess I have been in education for a long time, and it's just a bit more pleasant than an office job. This is CBD again, by the way. I think that's it. I think the bottom line is I don't think I'll ever be particularly happy in an office job. I think I could be. There are probably office jobs that exist that I would be really happy in, but what's the correct way to say this? For office jobs and for school jobs, it's there might be one office job in the world that I would enjoy and be happy with, whereas there might be only a handful of schools that I would really hate to work in. So it's the flip side, and it just makes more sense, just it's a nicer existence. It's nicer, I don't know, for me anyway, because I'm all right with kids. I'm quite good around kids, I think. And for me, it's much nicer to walk into a room of a bunch of children than it is to walk into an office and sit down and put the headset on and assume the role of whatever I'm supposed to be. So that's nicer, because all my grown-up stuff is moving forward, and if I've got a way to sustain myself that doesn't make me suicidal, that's really good, isn't it? Yeah, suicidal's a bit of a stretch. I don't think I'm ever really suicidal. I mean, not with intent, I'm just curious about many things and I overthink, but I'm not dangerous in any way. I'm pretty sure about that. Unless I have to be. Hopefully. I hope if I have to be dangerous, I'm still dangerous. I hope I am. But I'm not, otherwise I'm chill, I'm calm. What else has been going on? Nothing's been going on, just that. I thought I'd move today. I was going to go outside and record this vlog actually, but it's pretty windy, so I figured I'd better come back in here and have another go. One of the kids in the schools this week asked me if I had a bowl cut. I told him I don't know. There was no bowl put on my head, but he thought it was a bowl cut. I don't know how I feel about that. Don't really care. I think the bottom line is, if I go to my barber's worked very long and very hard doing what he does to be very good at what he does. I go to him, he knows I need a haircut, he'll cut my hair. I trust him on that, It's that simple. I wouldn't go there and cut it myself. It's just that's the way I look at it. Yeah, someone clearly outranks me on the topic, and I don't need to argue it at all. It's done already. Yeah, easy. But so not much else has been going on. I've been doing that. I've been keeping busy and going into schools, and even though it's kind of busier, you're on your feet more, it's kind of more challenging. You have to improvise more, you have to be ready, there's all these variable things that could happen and go wrong, but it's still so much more relaxing, I find. I still enjoy it so much more than just being a low level in a big business, yeah, I think it's probably more validating. It's probably something to do with the fact that you're doing your job, and when you do your job well, you kind of see these results, and you know the impact you've had. Like when you get a student, and you know their trouble, and you see their improvement, and it validates you, I guess. Makes you feel like you're doing something good. And of course, like working with people, like you get attached to people. Yeah, they're kids. Still, you still like they're. On some levels, they're kind of colleagues in a way. You see them all the time, I guess. I mean, of course, you can't just be pally with them, but I think there's something nice about that, though. Even in my job now, like people on the phones, it's probably the nicest part of it. Just speaking to these people. So yeah, and when you got kids as well who are curious about the world and they ask questions, it's like, yeah, okay, cool, let's talk. Like, let's talk. Assuming you get the time. Obviously, I'm worried about like the paperwork side of things because I haven't been in full-time education in England before. And though there was levels of paperwork in China, it was not like it was manageable. You know, I managed to make it work. So I just don't know. I'm nervous about like if I go like all the way in, what's expected of me. Can I maintain it? I don't know. I don't want to go in and then flop out. It's like I feel like if I go in to an extent, people have like taken a chance on me. You know, they've believed in me to follow it through, and if I don't, then it's like I kind of let people down, which I don't want to do. I've got to look after myself, but still got to look after the people who look after me, or you know, or I might as well just dig my hole and sit in it. That's basically what it is, isn't it? But yep, I'm off to Paris. Can't wait. I went to get my euros the other day. I've got some euros, and I rang up my phone provider because I remember when I got the phone, the guy was telling me, it's like, yeah, if you travel, like there's some countries where you can just, there's a bonus, you can just use the phone as normal. So I rang up my phone provider. I'm like, hey, I'm going to Paris, is my phone okay there? And she was like, oh, let me just look on our list of countries. And she comes back and she's like, no, I'm sorry, but Paris is not on there. And I'm like, well, so is there some kind of bolt on or something? And is it just Paris or is it the whole of France? And she's like, what? I'm like, well, is it Paris or France? And she didn't understand the question. And I got the impression she was training anyway from the conversation up to that point. I could tell that she was quite new. She was probably training. She probably had someone sitting next to her, listening to the call, telling her what to say. I was like, okay, I get it. And at that point, I'm like, oh, she doesn't know Paris is in France. No, I wasn't going to be like cold about it. She just put me on hold, and she comes back and she goes, oh yes, sorry about that. I'm really sorry. No, it's fine. So, yeah, but yes, France is covered, so you just use your phone as normal. You get like whatever, 25 gig or something. Okay, great, brilliant. So I'm good on my phone. I've got my euros. I picked up my train tickets the other day. So I got my train tickets. Checked into my flight. Checked into my outgoing flight anyway. I haven't seen anything about my return flight. That's what I'm so nervous about. Everyone like check in. I never used to check in China. I'd go to the airport with my passport. There's my passport. Here's my face. Thank you for giving me my boarding pass and ticket. Yeah. So we'll see. But I'm sure it's fine. I mean, the bottom line is, even if I mess everything up, even if my trip falls apart, I'm only in France. That's light. That's minor. How long is it? I could walk back in, I don't know, a few days, a week, maybe. Probably longer than that. I don't know how long it takes to walk from Paris to Peterborough. But you know what I mean? The point is it's so close. I mean, if it was China, different game. Like, completely different game if we're talking Asia. But France is like, swim back. It's the very worst case. If everything goes wrong and I lose everything I have and I find myself in the middle of France, then I'll just find my way to Calais and swim. It's gonna be okay. God. What else though? I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm pretty sure I wasted the weekend just gone. I think I did. I think I wasted the week. I did my, I've been productive. I've been replying to stuff. There's still some paperwork stuff I need to try and do, which I can't do, and it's stressing me out. It's stupidness. It's like, there's a website I need to put my degree in and get like the UK equivalent of. But I went in there and it just spun me and I couldn't figure it, and I rang them up and they calmed me and they explained it, and I was like, okay, cool. And I went back in to do it again, and I just can't. Again, I can't find the options, and I don't know what it is, and it's just me being an idiot. There's more stuff like that with my work as well. I'm trying to get my pay slips and I log onto the portal and I can't log onto the computers. Everything's computers, and I like people so much, and I think this is going to be a big thing, especially with the advances in AI now. I actually messaged Juxta today about making the next thumbnail. We're supporting it. But I don't know. I feel like day-to-day tasks are just way more stressful for me personally when you're dealing with computers, screens, and robots. I'm a big fan of people. Like if everything I needed to do, there was a phone line, I could ring them up and be like, hey, this is the deal, what do I do? And they could just talk me through it. Fine. And they wouldn't need to exist forever. I'd learn. I hope, anyway. Freaking out about stuff that might not happen. Do I re-record this? Take care, be good.